Hey, what's up YouTube? This is We All Juggle Knives and Lights with the Thrunite TN42. Yes, a review and demonstration of this extremely long-range flashlight. So there you see the stats on this flashlight. 2000 max lumens in turbo mode, 5 brightness levels, plus the strobe. Maximum range, 1,550 meters. This thing can reach out and touch someone. Now that range is achieved with that emitter and the reflector you see there. The reflector is very deep and very smooth, and it focuses the light to an extremely far distance. The light is in firefly mode there. And there you see a little side profile of the beam pattern. Now later in the video I have a lot of outdoor footage, but I mean, look how bright it is even with the lights on, right? Can you imagine in the dark? Well, you won't have to. You'll see. I did a lot of stuff with this light, but look at that perfect, is that a parabolic arc? Do I remember my my high school math? Is that a parabolic arc? Well, I'm sure there's a lot of math behind that perfect curve you see there. So how do you work this light? You press the side switch to turn it on or off. Now when it's on, you hold that down to cycle through low, medium, and high modes. Right? If you want turbo, you double tap, like so. And that's the 2000 lumens. That is bright. Right? To get firefly, you long press from off. And that is the firefly mode. Alright, strobe warning. Right? From turbo, if you double tap again, you get this strobe, and it is a very hyperactive strobe. Now to install or replace the batteries, you go ahead and unscrew the body of the light from the head assembly, and it has a little magazine that holds 4 18650 batteries. I'm using Thrunite batteries, of course, but wait, you have a second option. You can also get this with a self-contained battery pack like you see there. Now that is the battery pack from my TN40. They are interchangeable, right? They're interchangeable. As you see there, screwing it back on. That is a great feature. So you can get this with either one, right? And there are benefits to each. That's just to show you that yes, it does work. So if you already have a stockpile of 18650 batteries, then you might just want to get the magazine that you can change them out with, right? Or maybe you want an extra battery pack that can fit in your TN40 as well. There it is next to the TN40. As you can see, the reflector on the TN42 is a lot deeper. You know, the 42 outranges the TN40. The TN40 has more lumens, but not when you go past maximum range. Okay, so the 42 is the range king. Okay, let's start rolling in the demo footage. The first thing you're going to see is a still shot comparison between the Thrunite and this light, a monster thrower, the Palite Boss 1. Look at that reflector. This is a worthy opponent. Let's roll that in right now. Okay, these still shots were taken from the second story window, right, across the backyard into the neighbor's yard. On the left is the Thrunite, on the right is the Palite. Alright, so the top two frames, that is both lights lighting up the lawn chairs. The Thrunite whites them out, very bright. The Palite does not. The lower two frames are even farther. I think that's about, it's somewhere between 30 and 40 yards. Alright, and they're actually lighting up this duck, this like duck figurine in the garden. Right, but as you see, the Thrunite whites it out. It's just brighter, right? And that Palite's not too shabby either, but not equal. Alright, here is Firefly mode on the old testing board, cycling through low, medium, and high. Right, and then we're going to do turbo. That's turbo at close range. Alright, strobe warning. Double tap for the strobe. Very disorienting strobe. That'll get your attention. Alright, this is just another profile shot of the beam on the driveway. Pretty cool. You can see, I mean, just look at those perfect angles, right? And a lot of brightness down the center. It's not a flutter, it's a thrower. This is at the soccer field. I'm standing off the field behind the opposite goal, zooming in. Look how much light that this light can put on that opposite goal. From more than the length of the whole field, easily crossing the whole field. I've never seen it lit up that well. Here I am light sniping a deer. Do you see it? Zoom in. Now, without the light, you cannot see this deer. See? And look how much light you can put on it from a far distance. This is the far bank of a lake. Right? I'm going to zoom out in a second so you can see how far. Look how far back I am. So easily crossing a lake. I mean, that's impressive. Here it is looking down on a strip mall parking lot. Right? And you can see the beam. And I'm way up here. I'm overlooking on it from like another road. I mean, good searchlight. Here it is lighting up the side of a building. Now this is an uninhabited building because they just built it. But look how far away I am, easily lighting up the whole side of a building from very far away. Here is some more light sniping. I encountered 2 deer that were attacking somebody's garbage can. All right, zoomed in. Look, that garbage can was a buffet. Look how much light this puts on them. You could see the spots on that other one. And look how far back I am. I mean, without the camera zoom, you wouldn't even see what that was. Impressive. And we are back with final thoughts on this light. Wow, I mean, this thing has such range. I thought the TN40 had long range. This outranges the TN40 by several hundred meters. So who needs something like this? I mean, aside from people that just want to say, hey, I own the longest or one of the longest range lights in production, who else needs this? People who own a large property like a ranch or a farm. There's a lot of big farms where I live. Maybe you own a lot of acreage. Also, people who in a professional capacity might need to light things up at a long distance. For example, if you're a property manager or a security guard for like a stadium or a very large complex of warehouses. This might be useful on the water at long distances. Does your average homeowner need this? Not necessarily, right? This would also be good for search and rescue. You know, you hear a car goes off the road 200 feet down a ravine. But yeah, if you're doing search and rescue, especially in mountainous areas, you might need that range. There it is on the driveway again. Yeah, so overall, this light does what it purports to do. It's a thrower. It has such long range. I like it. You know, there's a lot of floodlights. If you want a floodlight, like short range, really bright, there's a lot of them out there. It's more difficult to make something like this, right? This is an elite light. It's great for video makers at night because my camera has a 60 times zoom, right? So now I actually have a light that can reach as far as I need and beyond. Yeah, you know, lately Thrunite has really been viciously producing some winning lights in different categories. You know, with this TN42, it is impressive. I do want to thank Thrunite for sending this to me to test out, demo, and review. Now, as far as drawbacks, well, I think that's obvious. It's a specialized light. If you don't want this, it's probably not because of anything wrong with it. It's probably just because you personally, in whatever you're doing, you might not need 1,550 meters of range, right? So it's specialized, of course. But for those who do need this, it's awesome and recommended. Hope you enjoyed seeing it. This has been We All Juggle Knives and Lights.